What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and well, as y'all know, it is Wednesday, which means the new summit is now live, and for this week, we have the Dominion Series Phase 3, which I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. We'll jump into this summit here in a second, but nonetheless, in Platinum, we have the Orange Smoky Nitro, which I do think that does look kind of cool. I'll have to test that out a little bit. Then in Gold, I do believe that is glitched out, as I mentioned before. The Fame Magnet Boosted, which is not even a Fame Magnet set. I think it's just saying that, maybe like a placeholder or something like that. But moving over to the next summit will be the Japanese Drive, which I think a lot of players will be excited for this one. If you did end up missing the Honda S2000 a while ago, you do have another chance of getting this vehicle. I personally really like this car. I thought it was really fun to drive. It also looks awesome. And then taking a look at this summit, I do believe this one's going to be a lot of fun to do, but unfortunately there is two motocross events in this, which might be the most annoying part about this summit, but I think everything else will be a lot of fun, and we do get to test out the S2000 as well. So let me know what you guys think about this up-and-coming summit next week in the comments below, but let's move over to the next one. Dominion Series Phase 4 is probably going to be one of the last Dominion ones, I believe, but we're going to have the Score Breaker boosted there for the Rallycross class, which I really do not understand what the point of that set is going to be, but I definitely plan on testing it out more to really see if it's even useful, because I really don't think I've seen anybody really use the Rallycross vehicles on basically any of these slaloms, because why would you really want to run that when you can use a rally raid vehicle that can actually go off-road, because normally these slaloms are not on a dirt road, they're like all over a mountain or in a very odd place, so the Rallycross vehicles probably aren't quick enough, but I do plan on testing it out a little bit more in the future. Then in gold we have the BMW X6M, which I would say most players probably already have this vehicle unlocked, and if you do, you'll basically just get the money back for that, which is pretty awesome. But moving over to the next summit, the Polar Rush, which I'm kind of excited for this one. The Platinum tire does look pretty awesome. Neon pink is basically going to be like the other ones, like the gold one that we had before. So kind of looking forward to seeing how that's going to look on a car there. Then in gold, we have the Ferrari 812 Superfast. It looks like some customization parts. I do believe it's not giving you new parts. I think it's just giving you like a set of them that you don't have to pay for, which is going to be kind of cool because the parts on the supercars can get kind of expensive for that matter, like $19,000 or something like that. So that'll be a nice little touch to have there so you guys can get some parts unlocked if you're looking for that. And then obviously we have the Wolf Guard coming soon, which I think will be pretty fun as well. And now moving over to the summit, so starting off here with the slalom, so I ended up running the Ram Rebel 1500 on this one. I really have not used any of the other rally raid vehicles, but to be honest, guys, I would say basically any of them could probably do these slaloms with no issues at all. My friend actually used a street vehicle and still got 11,000 points on it. So if you really wanted to, you could probably run a street vehicle on this, but do keep in mind they're probably going to be pretty annoying to handle on the off-road areas that normally these slaloms are on. And now moving over to the speed trap this week is going to be in Salt Lake City, and I ended up running the Chevrolet Corvette once again because I really do love this drag car. Do keep in mind, by the way, though, guys, if you are running this solo, you cannot get over 400 miles an hour unless you are following somebody. So if you're trying to get like a higher score on this, you will end up having to follow multiple players and or at least one person to get above that 400 mile an hour mark. Now, if you get around 400 miles an hour, you'll probably have like 125k or so, which I think will be plenty if you are running solo. Then moving over to the low altitude, I've always found these to be really fun to do, and luckily they're pretty easy. Basically just throw on your score breaker set on your favorite plane. For me, I run the Zivko Edge, and basically just get as low as you can and just follow that until the time runs out. These are honestly pretty easy to do, and luckily they're pretty entertaining as well. And now moving over to the first street event here is going to be with the S2000, which I found this race to be pretty fun to do. It will be St. George, and this car did a lot better than I really thought it was going to do. It wasn't really handling all that bad, and the car was honestly pretty fast as well. So to my surprise, maybe the Honda isn't that bad of a vehicle for the most part. And then moving down to the next street race is going to be on one of the new Forsberg tracks here, and I found this one to be a lot of fun. Now, I did end up running the Infiniti Q60, which I'm not going to lie, is going to be slower than the Porsche and or the Superleggera, but I still find this car to be really fun to use, to be honest. I mean, it handles insanely good. It might not be as fast, and it can be kind of hard to drive compared to like the Porsche or the Superleggera, but I would recommend trying this vehicle out if you guys wanted to try something different. Now, I'm sure the Superleggera or the Porsche will probably be your best option on these races because they're so fast, which, by the way, I do plan on doing like some type of comparison video from the Superleggera and the Porsche because I do feel like these cars need to have a little bit of a shootout here because they're just that good. And then moving over to the touring car race is going to be the 370Z, which I found this car to be pretty dang good for the most part. Now, this will be the serial jumpers, which is basically that one race on the road with like jumps literally everywhere, and luckily the Nissan wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It handles pretty good. Obviously dodging some of the jumps in some areas will make this a lot better, but I did find this one to be pretty fun to do for the most part. Then moving down to the Alpha GP race will be one of the US Speed Tour events here, so I did find this one to be a lot of fun. Do keep in mind, by the way, guys, I don't know why it's like this. So on this event, it does say the RB14, which unfortunately, that's not the one you actually have to use. Now, I did end up putting my parts on the regular RB14, thinking that's the one you have to use, but it turns out you do have to run the Disruption Edition, which is obviously not stated on the tag there, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why they did that, but do keep in mind, guys, it is not the regular RB14, it's the Disruption Edition. I unfortunately put all my parts on that, not realizing that, but this event's also a really good time. So the biggest thing I noticed about this event, guys, is to be careful on the turns, because I did notice the Alpha GP cars could be kind of wonky on these. Obviously, they can't go all that fast around them, so do be a little careful on that. I found myself shifting down into third and fourth gear lock because I do run manual, so do be a little careful on that. Plus, some of the turns have like hills or they go down a hill. So I did notice these Alpha GP cars tend to perform kind of odd on some of these turns, so do watch out for that because there's a lot of those type of turns in this event. And now moving over to the third street race here, I think is going to be a pretty interesting one because, well, there's a lot of turns in this event here, and I notice a lot of the cars might struggle. I did end up trying out a couple other vehicles, but I decided to go with the Ariel Atom on this one, which I'm not going to lie, guys, this vehicle is going to be one of the better options for this event because of how it can turn. I mean, the handling on the Ariel Atom is going to be really good, and I did notice the speed of this car is also going to be pretty awesome as well. It's not really that slow. Now, the only issue I found with the Ariel Atom is going to be the way it shifts. Now, I did notice there's a bit of a delay when going between the gears because, well, this thing is a manual, but I do think this car is still a great option for this event here. I do recommend trying it out. I'm sure like the Porsche with the Superleggero is probably going to be unmatched. One good thing about this event as well, guys, is I noticed this thing's very lenient on the points there. My friend was 5 seconds behind me there and only is 3,000 points behind, which is honestly not that bad. So I would say you could probably get a good time on this even if you guys are kind of mixed on what vehicle you want to run. But I would recommend the Ariel Atom because this car does seem like a great option. Will be another touring car event here where you get to drive on a street race, which I think would be a lot of fun to do that anyway. I did end up running the Koenigsegg CCGT, which is still one of my favorite cars to use. I just love this thing. Haven't really ran the Renault all that much and or the Lamborghini Gallardo, but I do think the Koenigsegg's a lot of fun to use, and I do recommend trying out this car because, well, this is a pretty fun race. It really shows how good something like the Koenigsegg can handle on one of these events, and I would really still like to see mixed events in this game eventually. Let me know what you guys think about that again in the comments below, but being able to drive like a touring car in a street race I think would be a lot of fun and also mix things up tremendously. But if you guys have any questions at all regarding the summit, let me know in the comments below. Let's jump right into this.